What's happening? Okay. How y'all doing this morning? We in the building. See if I can get a few people in the building this evening. Well, this morning. Beat these LA Rams, you dig? That's how we coming. We must beat the Rams. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You understand? That's the mission, that's the goal we on today. And I feel very confident in us accomplishing that goal. You understand? That's how we coming. Let's go. How y'all doing? Drop me a 1 in the chat if everything sounds lovely. You understand? And we can crank this show on up this morning. You feel me? Let's go. We got to beat these LA Rams, you dig? We on their neck. We at their throat. You feel me? It's time to beat them up today, you know? Give me some comments in the chat. Make sure everything sounds lovely. Indeed, this Sunday morning before I start up. I don't want no technical difficulties today. We trying to have a good start, you feel me? We trying to have a good start this morning. Okay. I don't know what's going on with the chat. I don't see no words, but we finna go and crank it up. I got faith that we okay. How y'all doing? How y'all doing this evening? This morning? All the above. Landlord from Alabama in the building, you feel me? And today, we go up against these Rams and we gotta get a dub. We are absolutely trying to have a dub against the whole entire Super Bowl. We already beat the losers. Now we coming at the champs. And I feel very confident, man. When I seen Matthew Stafford on that San Francisco game and a couple of other games this year, he does not look like he's like that. He don't look like he about that life, in my opinion. And I feel like we can beat him and will beat him. What y'all feeling like this morning? Excuse me. How y'all feeling this morning? We in the building now. I feel like we can really beat up Matthew Stafford this evening. And I don't fear them boys at all. Now, I feel like we can shadow Cooper Kupp, and I feel like that'll be the best option for us. Like, I wore this Doomsday shirt. I don't know if y'all can see it that well. Yeah, I wore this Doomsday shirt because I feel like we are baby Doomsday. Shout out to Mickey and Frederick Woods. How y'all doing this morning? We lit this morning now. We lit this morning. I hope y'all hear my sounds because we need them this morning, you feel me? We trying to rile up the troops. This is your pep rally for the morning, man. We in game day mode. We got our game face on, indeed. And we ain't playing around with these guys, man. We coming at their neck, their throat, their arm, their leg, their head, their chest, everything. Shout out to True Vibes. Shout out to Mickey. How y'all doing this morning? We are lit. We pumped. We feel like we could take on the champs. Now, I said, we are finna go at the champs' throat this morning, this evening. Now, Cooper Rush has the opportunity to beat the whole Super Bowl game. Now, who would have thunk it? Cooper Rush got a chance to beat the whole entire Super Bowl, y'all. And this man would be 5-0, and I would be ecstatic. Contrary to popular belief, I struggle with that. Contrary to popular belief, I do support Cooper Rush, and I hope that he does excellent. I hope that this controversy, so-called quarterback controversy, just continues and just be everywhere after today. Absolutely. Let me know if the sound effects bothering y'all a little too much, if it's too loud. You know, I am a rookie at this, but I feel like I got it pretty much down pat at this moment in time. I feel like we ready to go, you understand? And I feel like I'm ready for my boys to come out and dominate. I feel like this is baby Doomsday. Can y'all see it? Doomsday. Baby Doomsday 2.0. And we finna come at them boys' throat. It's finna be a sad song for Mr. Matthew Stafford. Now, Mr. Matthew. Now, I'm not some of those other guys. I understand that it takes a 53-man roster, a coaching staff, a front office, and all of these things to win a Super Bowl. I'm aware of that. Some people might not be. But, Mr. Matthew, I realize that you are a human being. You are immortal. And I see through all the smoke and mirrors, I see that my defense is finna terrorize you, sir. That is a fact. I'm not worried about you. I still feel the same exact way I always felt about Matthew Stafford. I'm not one of those fickle fans that'll say, oh, he got a Super Bowl, so now he's just this. No, sir. You are still Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford did not win the Super Bowl on his own, ladies and gentlemen. He had a whole team, and he had a bunch of people that contributed, and he had the number one defense as well. But did y'all see that pathetic performance he had against the San Francisco 49ers? Now, I know we're not San Francisco. San Francisco is pretty solid. Like, we are solid too, but San Francisco has a better linebacking core to me. Know what I'm saying? Outside of Michael Parsons. Now, y'all know we kind of use Michael Parsons as a linebacker. I mean, as a pass rusher these days. Like, he's not getting as many linebacker snaps, if I'm not mistaken. He's coming off the edge more times than not. So, you know, Fred Warner them over there in San Francisco are a little better than what we have to offer in LVE and Anthony Barr, unfortunately. So, we cannot just look at their game plan and say we're going to copy and paste. That's not going to be something we are able to do. But it is a little hope in there, y'all. We living in a dream world. We do get J-Ron Curse back, though. Now, J-Ron Curse can do some of those things you seen Fred Warner doing, breaking on some of them footballs. Matthew Stafford escaped against San Francisco, and he had, it could have been 3-4 interceptions. Them boys was dropping the ball at the end of the game. It could have been 4-5 interceptions on Matthew Stafford. He is not all of that. He is just Matthew Stafford, the same guy that we knew from Detroit. He is still him. He's just dressed up with some, with some better players around him. That is all. And I'm not buying it. I'm not. So I feel like my baby Doomsday 2.0 defense, we do need y'all to stand up. We do need y'all to step up today because this is the best defense that Cooper Rush has seen in his life. You know what I'm saying? This is going to be the biggest boss fight for Cooper Rush there is. This is his boss fight for sure. But I got confidence in him because, like I said, he makes Kellen Moore a responsible adult. So we don't have to worry about Kellen Moore going too off script, going too crazy. But it is a little fear in there for me because we know that Cooper Rush is kind of limited in what you can do with him. But Kellen Moore is going up against somebody that he inspires to be, and Sean McVay. So when you go up against Sensei, you're gonna want to show out and show him that you can do better things. You can be right there with him. So that is a danger. Keep your eye on that. If you see Kellen Moore come out here doing all these cute plays, I call it, he got a reality show, call it Keeping It Cute with Kellen Moore. Keeping It Cute with Kellen Moore. If he do that, we're going to be in trouble. If we see all these double reverses and all these silly Boise State plays, we're going to be in trouble. And I feel like we're going to know that in the beginning of the game. So stay focused on that. We're going to know exactly what type of time he on. As my young folks say, what kind of time he on. We're going to understand exactly what kind of time Kellen Moore is on in the first drive or so. We're going to know, is Kellen Moore trying to win or is he trying to stroke his ego? We're going to know that very shortly from the beginning of the game. Okay, let me interact with the chat. How y'all doing, man? Shout out to y'all in the chat. Shout out to the chat, man. I appreciate everything. I appreciate everybody pulling up and stopping by. You understand? I know it's early. I didn't think that it was a game going on, but I failed in that. I tried to get in here before the games came on. You know what I'm saying? Give everybody time to watch the games, but you know it was a ugly game on the Green Bay Packers and the New York stinking Giants. Nobody likes the Giants, so it's all good. We'll be fine. But shout out to the chat, okay? Shout out to Miss Mickey. Shout out to True Vibes. How you doing this morning? Shout out to the bad influence. He the bad influence in the trap house. You got to play this for Mr. Swain. Shout out to the bad influence, Mr. Swain in the building. And shout out to Dean Cloud. How you doing this morning? Good morning to you too, sir. How y'all doing? Shout out to Frederick Woods. You know, when you come over to Cousin Landlord house, you get a personal shout out every single time if it's on my mind, and that's a fact. You understand? But I got suspicions about Mr. Kellen Moore. We back to him. Now, like I said, we will be able to tell what kind of time Mr. Kellen Moore on if he, from the first two series. If he doing some crazy stuff, you already know we in for it. Now, if he come out there running the ball, we gonna be fine. Because from what I noticed, this is a Tony Pollard game. I know we gonna need Zeke to beat him up and, hit him with them body punches to soften up the defense so Tony can do some explosive runs. But this is a Tony game. Make no mistake about it. We need somebody that can blast through the holes and, get open. We need somebody that can hit that hole with some speed because they do have Bobby Wagner. Now, I know he's not the Bobby Wagner of old, but he is still a nice linebacker for sure. He would have been a terror on our team for sure. He would have been a madman. He would have been a maniac. I'm not sure if y'all familiar with what that movie was. Dang, with my boy Mad Max on there. That's who I look like. That's who I feel like Michael Parsons is. Michael Parsons like Mad Max. Now, I don't know if y'all seen Shotters before. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all familiar with the movie Shotters. That's what it is. Mad Max was so insane. He was so manic, ladies and gentlemen, that this young man did some nefarious things. I don't want to get too graphic and explicit on here, but he did some nefarious things to some young man. And this man was so crazy, he took some man's hand and smoked the cigarette with the blood in the hand and everything still on there. Good grief. This dude was absolutely insane. And that's what I think of Michael Parsons when he on the football field. I feel like that's what type of time he on. But I know I'm rambling, man, but I'm just excited. I got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. But I feel like in a football sense, Michael Parsons is Mad Max, absolutely. And that boy didn't play the radio. He didn't play no games with these people, man. You understand? But we got a pack of savage dogs on this defense, and I was looking at their offensive line, man. They was doing, believe it or not, I know it's rumors out there saying their offensive line was terrible, but they was doing a fairly decent job on Joey Bosa. But the bad part about it is, Swine, you seen that on West Coast. I don't be advertising nothing, man, but it was a kind of spur of the moment thing. But one thing I seen from their offensive line, they was handling Bosa pretty well. And then the difference is, though, Bosa is not Michael Parsons. I don't care what you say. They rush in two different ways, and they got some big, huge offensive linemen, too. They left tackle and right tackle. Them boys look like Terrence Steele out there as far as they build. But that's not good. What Michael Parsons do to Terrence Steele? A lot of people can't do it to Terrence Steele, but when you that big, man, it's hard to move with a guy like Michael Parsons. Hey, good luck to you, sir. Good luck to you. And they got two big, lanky, tackles over there. Like, them boys are statues. They very big and tall and slow. That's one of the attributes that come with somebody with that type of size. Unless you a freak, like Michael Parsons is, you pretty slow on your feet. You got slow feet when you that big, man. I can't wait to see Michael Parsons absolutely annihilate them boys over there, man. I can't wait. But we vibing this morning, man. How y'all doing? Y'all, we need to have our game face on. I need the little black patches over my eyes, man, because we ready. We in the zone. We ready to go. I like to crank up my nation, man, because we need this type of spirit. I need some of that J-Ron curse in here. You understand? We got our leader back, one of our, other leaders, and he finna talk that talk and walk that walk out there. And we need a little help in that linebacking core. I don't want to lie to y'all at all now. And that's exactly what he gonna provide. Now, it looks like, Matthew Stafford like those little middle passes. I seen him. He likes to work in the middle of the field. And we gonna need Izzy to come in, and so we gonna need J-Ron Curse, because if it's all LVE, in my opinion, we might be in trouble, man. I hope I'm wrong. I pray I'm wrong now. But he likes to work the inside the hashes, and if it's matchups with LVE all day, it's gonna be a long day, y'all. We're gonna be cussing at the screen now. Unfortunately now, but hopefully we can work in J-Ron Curse and, have a little less of LVE unless he balling out. Now, we know he can play, but it's just not been the same as of late. So we need J-Ron Curse in there, because he can cover and he can hit and he can shoot them gaps and get some tackles for loss. Because I said on West Coast show last night, man, y'all check out that show. Go give them a like and, subscribe if y'all probably already locked in with West Coast. But y'all go support this channel and go support that show, man. I had a nice time with West Coast last night. But like I was saying, LVE just ain't going to be able to do what we need. And I feel like J-Ron Curse is going to be that Band-Aid, the exact kind of Band-Aid that we need for sure. So what's happening with you, CJ, my partner? What's going on, man? Yeah, it's game day vibes, my boy. That's how we doing, man. And I told you, we getting our boy run, hit, and talk. We getting our boy back, man, J-Ron Curse. And, boy, I can't wait to see him out there, because he is a difference maker. And I know it's going to be kind of hard to see what is the difference that he makes compared to Donovan Wilson. Now, you might not see it like, it probably be in theory more than anything, because Donovan Wilson been acting a fool. But we going to need all three of them players on the field. Like, we going to need Dono, we going to need J-Ron, and Malik ain't leaving the field at all. That boy there is off the chains now. The boy is off the chains. He is the best bargain in football right now, man. And I don't care what the statistics say. I don't care what PFF say. I seen the games with my own eyes, and Malik Hooker has been acting a fool out there. See, I don't need all these stat machines and stuff. When you really look at the film, you know who playing well and who is not. And that boy Malik Hooker has been balling out, man. He been sideline to sideline, showing all kind of range. It is a beautiful thing when this man was healthy. Now, we know he was a big-time prospect coming out, and it looks like he's back into form, man. We got the biggest steal in the NFL, in my opinion. And you see how we let KZ go, and we still held on to Malik Hooker. Shout out to our DB coach. Shout out to our secondary coach. Shout out to Al Harris. Them boys know what they doing over there now. But I know we being spoiled to a certain degree, man, but that's the only weakness I see on this defense. And I don't think it's a weakness to the degree where it'll hinder us from winning or it'll just lose us the game. But we striving for perfection over here, y'all. We striving for perfection. We want that doomsday defense back. That's what we want now. I know y'all can barely see it, but hey, we want that doomsday vibes back in here, man. That's what we shooting for. And we got one of those ones, the one of one, Mr. 11 from heaven, Michael Parsons. We got somebody who can spearhead this defense into that type of category, into that type of level, man. And I just can't wait, y'all. And like I said, we going up against the defending champs and Michael Parsons, and this defense has a chance to make a statement. This is the type of statement game you want to make. You know what I'm saying? You want to show them, hey, this defense is for real. This is no joke. This is no BS. This defense is real deal Holyfield. You understand? We ain't playing around with y'all now. Okay, let's interact with the chat just a bit. Okay, let's see. Shout out to Frederick Woods, sir. I don't know if I gave you your shout out. Shout out to Lord King in the building, you understand? You know how we vibing. You already know how we be coming. You know them boys better get to running. Hey, we just vibing in the trap this morning, man. You in the trap, you understand? That's how we doing it, man. We in here just, you know, it's game day, man. I hope everybody feeling good and doing good, man. We finna act a fool. And this defense is the defense of legends. This is a championship defense. Now, like I say, it's one thing that's we susceptible to, and that's the run. And I told you why. The linebacking core is not necessarily up to par. Now, I just had a conversation with Mr. West Coast Cowboy. Shout out to him. And we was saying that the linebacking core is most definitely the weakness if we have one on defense. And that's the part that's going to hurt. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what's been giving up these explosive runs, man. And it's a big time problem when you got a defensive line playing the way we do. You got Quinn Bohanna, you got Neville Gallimore, you got all these big time players that's playing out of their mind right now. This defensive line is just scarce. It's really, really, really scary out here now. Now, when you got this defensive line playing up to this level, that's very good for your linebackers. You know, Mr. Quinn Bohanna said when he first got here, he said, linebackers love me. Linebackers love me now. I'm going to keep you clean. I'm going to take on two players. I'm going to really open it up for you now. That boy from Memphis and stuff, you know, he said he over there with it. He ain't playing now. So I can't wait to see if LVE can shut me up now. I want him to shut me up. I want him to say, Landlord, hush up now. Shut your mouth. I want him to shut me up now. Because I want to see him do well, man. Especially if we ain't finna substitute or give somebody else a chance. I want to see him do well, man. But that is our Achilles heel right now, giving up explosive runs. And that pretty much falls on your linebackers, man. You can't be getting washed out. Now, like I say, we will be dominant in this game if we can stop the run. I don't fear Matthew Stafford at all, or Cooper Kupp. I'm just being real. I don't fear those guys at all. You want to know why? Because I have an outstanding defensive line. I have an all-pro corner in Trayvon Diggs for sure, indeed, sir. And I got an outstanding secondary with some of the best safeties in the league. What am I fearing? Why am I scared? Why would I be like this? See, a lot of us Cowboy fans, man, we be so focused on what the other teams have. That's why some of us Cowboy fans have a little more confidence than others. And some of us YouTubers, like my boy Vach and them, like, we do understand, like, we have a level of respect for our opponents, but at the same time, you must understand that your team is a dangerous squad as well. Your team ain't just, you know what I'm saying, nothing to sneeze at either now. We got our own things that the other team should be worried about, indeed. I'm sure they looking at this defense like, they looking at this defense. So, you know, give your team the same respect that you give every other team. And we have a lot of threats. We have a dominant defense, in my opinion. And I feel like this week right here, we are going to show it to them. Don't sleep on your team, man. We are capable as well. Like, don't go up into a fight anticipating a loss. You already lost before you even walked in the ring now. Just imagine if somebody stepped to you and this what they hear in their head. You finna get beat to sleep now. So we coming in hot, man. We coming in guns blazing. I want these boys to be acting a fool. And then you already talking about we the underdogs, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to show them we're no underdogs. We are nobody's underdogs, like my boy Big Mike said now. I told y'all that was not Mike McCarthy, that was Big Mike. That was my boy Big Mike, them two different people now. Now, my boy said we are nobody's underdog, and I'm rocking with that all the way till the wheels fall off. Now, you know your teammates, you know your team ready to ride out for you when they hear stuff like that. They said, did you hear what Coach said? I bet money it was people nudging people on the shoulder like, hey, you heard what Coach said? Them boys ready to suit up right now. And you already know we run SoFi. You know my Cowboy Nation SoFi in SoFi. You understand? We SoFi in SoFi. It's ridiculous now. We take over that stadium. That's ours now. Indeed, Mickey. Shout out to Stephen White. How you doing, sir? Miss Mickey says that's a new t-shirt. Absolutely. We need that on a t-shirt. Nobody's underdog. You understand? Mike McCarthy making headlines and he don't mind. Did y'all hear that young man say that he said you want a quote, that's your quote. He ain't back up on it. You know what I'm saying? He did not back up on it. He said what he said, you understand? That man said, and I quote, for some reason I love saying that. It made me feel like just a tad bit professional. And I quote, we are nobody's underdog, you understand? Shout out to Big Mike, man. Big salutes to him, man. We need this. I love Mike McCarthy, to be real. Now, one thing I say, I know everybody's not like, everybody don't feel the same about Mike McCarthy. But, you know, when we hire a coach, it's a certain way how I rationalize it in my head, right? I'm giving y'all a glimpse into the mind of Mr. Landlord from Alabama now. Okay. In my head, the way I rationalized us hiring Jason Garrett was, okay, in my head, I'm like, I know he inexperienced. I know he's an offensive coach, but, you know, he is a smart guy, so maybe he can be the smartest guy in the room. Well, unfortunately, that didn't work out. So, you know, I was just coping with the situation I had that was in front of me. And he wasn't the smartest guy in the room. You know what I'm saying? It didn't work out the way that I envisioned. But the way I rationalized Mike McCarthy, the vibes that I get from Mike McCarthy, man, I feel like Mike McCarthy's just a football guy, man. It ain't got nothing to do with intellect. It ain't got nothing to do with nothing else. This man is just a football man. I feel like he's like through and through a football guy, and you need that type of mindset in the building, man. You know what I'm saying? And what football guys respect football guys to the fullest extent. They understand like, oh, he know football. Now he might not be able to calculate numbers up real fast, but the man know that gridiron now. He know that gridiron now, and I respect that. This is what we need you to know. We don't care about how fast you can calculate numbers and stuff. You feel me? We need you to be an expert at the matter in hand, at the subject in hand, and which is this great game we love, is football. You understand? And that's how I rationalize my coach, Mike McCarthy. I feel like he is a big-time football guy. He's a hard-nosed player. He's a hard-nosed coach coming out of Pittsburgh, and I feel like that's who he is, and that's what we need. You know what I'm saying? Now, it do be a little validity to the haters, you know, with us being so magnificent and so rich and, you know what I'm saying, in abundance of everything we have as the mighty Cowboys nation. At times, we might do get a little, you know, playboyish. You know, we might want to kick our feet up and stuff like that from time to time because we living in the penthouse and them boys over there in the trap now. So, you know, that can get you a little off of your aggressiveness and take a little of your hunger at times, but I feel like players like Micah Parsons and a coach like Mike McCarthy bring you back home, say, hey, we have not accomplished nothing. We still out here hungry. We still need to go get up and get it now. So a lot of people, that's what a lot of other teams look at us like. If y'all don't if y'all don't remember. Now, a lot of teams, they'll look at the Cowboys like, they just all Hollywood and glamorous and they living in a penthouse. They got all this wealth. That's why they don't go hard. That's why they soft. But that, if you're not the topic of discussion, if they ain't hating, then you know what they say, you're not popping. I feel like that is long gone. Now, it did have a little validity back in the days, but when that boy Michael Parsons stepped on this field, it's over with, you understand? He done put a whole nother outlook on this defense. That's what generational players do. I don't know if people are aware of that, but that's what type of stuff that generational players do. Now, they don't just only perform on the field. They change the mindset and the outlook of the whole team and the whole franchise. Now, a lot of people don't understand that. They'll think that Michael Parsons' impact is only on the defense, but no, sir. No, sir, that's not true. His impact bleeds all over the team, you understand? It does. Shout out to Big Rig, sir. I appreciate that super chat, sir. $19.99 holla, you understand? Shout out to you, sir. And he says, and I quote, man, I've been waiting on this, Mike, since he showed up. Now we can get to work and stop wasting time on Project Killing. Project Killing is some bars, sir. Is this bomb too loud? You needed a bomb for that. Let me know if that bomb too loud. But hey, you needed a bomb for that. Them big facts, sir. Shout out to you. Hey, now, like I said, this is my problem with company guys. When you a company guy, you ready to go down with the ship. You know what I'm saying? You ready to go down with the ship when you're a company guy. So you need to, I don't want to get too graphic on here, but you need to grab you need to grab your underpants, you know what I'm saying? And understand what you are now. You need to stand up and be your own man now. What Scarface said, all I has is my balls and my word now. You got to stand on it, man. You feel me now? You gotta show them, because they will throw you under that bus now. I don't know what you think going on up in Dallas now. They will throw you under the bus. Somebody will get this blame. And, hey, you can't be you now. That's a fact. So don't ever get it twisted. If you like the way I am, even at my job, I'm going to go down the way I go down. I'm not finna be listening to nobody if I don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have ideas that align. Now, if my boss tell me to do some stupid shit, I'm going to be like, hey, that's stupid now. That's stupid. Now, I'm going to tell you I disagree. Now, if you still want me to do it, then, hey, when it's hit the fan, that's on you, sir. And I believe that's the approach that Mike McCarthy took. Mike McCarthy like, hey, you gon' pressure me to take this dude, and then when it mess up, I don't want to hear that. You understand? Like, Mike McCarthy had to show and tell. That's all that was. He had to show and prove. You got a little pressure coming from the Joneses like, hey, you gonna take this guy. He's great. Look, he's good. Mike McCarthy looking at that boy with the side eye. He looking like, he all right. Mike McCarthy looking at that boy like, he all right now. I don't know about all that boy genius and all that boy wonder stuff. Now, soon as that's what you got to do at times. Now, you don't want to start no controversy. The subtle way to do it. Now, we can penalize them for being subtle, because sometimes you just got to step up and say, hey, my boy. Hey, let me holler at you, my boy. We are not taking none of that foolishness over here, sir. You got to stand on it. Sometimes you just got to stand on it. But, in the corporate world, you got to be a little more professional. So you might have to just, stick to the script, stick to the protocol, and show them how stupid they is. You know what I'm saying? You got to show them how dumb they is. And just let it play out. And then now, you know what they going to do? They going to come crawl back to you. And now you sitting back there with your arm folded up like, yeah, what I say. Now they understand. All Killing had to do was run the ball more. And this offense looks totally different. You understand? Everybody giving Cooper Rush the credit. This no shot on Cooper because he's doing an admirable job. That's what he's doing. But this offense is easily operated when you utilize this run game for sure. You got, man, our offensive line can actually block, man. I know the best thing you could do for a young offensive line or an offensive line in shambles that keep having to sub people in and out is run the football. Now think about this, y'all. I need a 1 in the chat if I'm right on this. Think about this. Picture yourselves as offensive linemen. And when you pass blocking, man, all you can do is be on the defense. All you can do is be on the defense. You are reacting. You can't be aggressive at all. And that's what quarterbacks want to do. And I'm a wide receiver telling you this. I love to throw the ball. But if you in the mind of an offensive lineman and all you get to do is pass block, you on the defense. You can't do nothing aggressive. You are vulnerable at that point. So at the beginning of the game, at the very least, run the football. Get them boys blood flowing. Get their confidence up. That's how you take over that. You understand? So we even need a little more run game involved when Dak does. You know, I love Ryan Dakota. You know, that's my boy. But we still need to run the ball a little more when he come back. It's all Kellen Moore and his scheme now. You know what I'm saying? So that was a great point, Mr. Big Rig, man. Shout out to you and thanks a lot. Like I said before, appreciate that. But shout out to host Loop Velma. Not sure if I pronounced that right. I don't know if I seen you come through here, you understand? But thanks for pulling up and stopping by, you understand? Shout out to Marlboro Man. Don't tell me that's Marlboro like the cigarettes. You got them things on deck, don't you? Let me know if I'm wrong, man. You know, I told you I don't got the best vision and I'm working on the fly. You understand? This is a freestyle session. But what's happening with y'all, chat? Let's see. He said Virginia Slims. It's Mr. Nasty time. Hey, that boy lost so crazy for that drop. That drop be really, really crazy when he do it. It be funny. It's Mr. Nasty time. That's my boy Uncle Willie. Nah, that ain't Uncle Willie. That's Uncle Leroy. That boy says Mr. Nasty time. That boy said everybody told me not to leave the hood. I said I'd never leave the hood. And when I got my money, I was gone. The biggest house on the block, you understand? My boy Uncle Elroy, you understand? Hey, Friday will forever be a legacy movie, man. That movie will never get old. I can watch that movie every day and still be laughing. Nah, okay, this off subject, but what's the best Friday? What's the best Friday out of all of them? Now, everybody want to say it's the first Friday, but what's the best Friday, y'all? Let me know in the chat. What's the best Friday? The first one? Next Friday? That's the one. Next Friday. Everybody gonna rock with the original. A lot of people want to rock with the original. But, you know, unpopular opinion, that ain't the best one to me. Number one for True Vibes. Next Friday for Lord King. Third one, low key. But second, for real, Oscar. Shout out to Oscar Westbrook. I don't know if I shouted out to you. Shout out to Stephen Austin. I don't know. I can't do a poll, so I would have wanted to know how them results work. But me personally, of course, the first Friday is a classic. But when we got introduced to Mr. Day, sir. When we got introduced to Mike Epps, man, that was the funniest things ever, man. That was absolutely amazing to me. Like, Day was the best character. He was the funniest guy on there. Like, I could be semi-biased, but Mike Epps was one of my favorite comedians, and he just killed it, man. He killed it. But like I said, unpopular opinion, it's definitely not the first one in my opinion. Now, the first one's still a classic. It's very funny, you understand? But Mike Epps was something different, man. He was something different. But let's get back on subject, man. So, how y'all feeling in the chat? Okay. Mike Epps was amazing, bro. Can't lie, but Friday has well wall to wall funny moments. Yeah. True Vibes said, boo. Who you said, True Vibes? Oh, first a classic. Yeah, it's a classic. But you know, like I said, it is my personal opinion, you understand? But I'm talking about, shout out to Cowboy Brian, man. How you doing, sir? Thanks for pulling up and stopping by. You know, we just hanging out, man. Game day vibes, you know. We talking about these weak Rams that we finna beat up on, you understand? That's all we doing. Okay, X Factors. Good question, Swain. That's why you the bad influence, man. We appreciate you, sir. We appreciate you. When we hear you, okay, the X Factors. The X Factors to this game, in my opinion, are, I told you, we need a big game for Michael Parsons. I think Michael Parsons is an X Factor. Now, if you're talking about not the obvious ones, Tony Pollard is my X Factor. This a Tony game. Tony eats on games like this because, you know, you got that dominant Aaron Donald in the middle, but, you know, we can scheme some zone runs to even scheme away from him. You know what I'm saying? We could still get some big runs on this team. Make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. And they pass rushers are not that great at stopping the run. They pass rushers kind of similar to, you know, like Robert Quinn. They just trying to get a sack. So we can get around them. You know what I'm saying? We can use their aggressiveness against them and make some big time runs, in my opinion. And we need Tony. We need a home run hitter for this game. Now, Zeke can be effective and keep the chains moving. And I still think he got a little speed on him. But Tony can change the game completely. Now, he going to be the game changer. Tony Pollard, this is a Tony Pollard game. And I said I was going to give my score prediction as well. Don't let me forget that before I get up off of here. I want to make that the last thing I give y'all. You understand? And a bold prediction. That's what I do. A bold prediction and what I said, bold prediction and a score prediction. Okay. But my X factors will be one on defense. It'll be Michael Parsons. And it'll be on offense, it'll be Tony Pollard. I feel very confident about this run game. Now, I feel like we need to run early and stay consistent and stay committed to the run, Kellen. Come on now. Stay consistent. I don't care if we getting 1 yard runs and stuff. You know what I'm saying? At the beginning, you got to stick with it. Now, you'll know. It'll be very clear to you when it's time to abandon the run. It will be very clear. Like when you done went through 3-4 series and you know what I'm saying? When it's still looking grim and you ain't did nothing, now you might need to change and audible your plans. But 1 or 2 series ain't gonna do it, Kelly. You gotta stay committed to the run. You understand? Shout out to Stephen White with that Russian roulette. That is gangster. But the only thing is the meaning to Russian roulette is not that well. You understand? So we could say that they gonna play Russian roulette with Mr. Cooper Rush. That's gonna be them on the dangerous end. You understand? Okay. Mr. Dean Cloud says, with all the weapons we have, if Kellen calls a good game. I don't know what you was answering to, but yeah, we got a lot of weapons and this a easy. Football is not that hard, y'all. We got enough talent on this team to win. We do. You know what I'm saying? All we need from Kellen Moore is to stay consistent and, you know, keep that governor on them like Cooper Rush gives them. You know what I'm saying? Call a clean, smart game. Now, if you get 5 yards on the first down, then you get 4 yards on the second down, do not, I repeat, listen close, Mr. Kellen Moore. Do not, I repeat, do not run a double reverse on 3rd and 1, sir. It seems like you got it's sad you gotta put a disclaimer out there for him. You understand? Like, bro, if you getting big yardage like that, bro, keep it going. You gotta choke him out into submission now. You don't do them no favors. When you choking them out when you choking them out, shout out to Randy Jackson, sir. We got the trap jumping this morning, you understand? We got the trap jumping. You understand? But when you got somebody where you want them, don't give them no outs, man. You know what I'm saying? When you choking them out, you got to make them tap out. You understand? I'm going to make you tap out into submission. I'm not giving you no outs. You're not getting away with it, sir. And it's just like you got to look at it into this aspect. Like I said, just imagine in basketball. Every single time Giannis shoot a three, the defense got away with murder. They like, good grief. Now, that's what you do when you Kellen Moore. If you're not running the ball, if you're not doing what the defense is struggling with, if you're not attacking them in the ways that you see that's working, letting them get away with murder. They like, man, if this dude would have kept running the ball, bro, we would have lost that game. But if you don't, you gave them an out. Now they winning. You ever played Madden against that guy that only got 2 plays, but some reason you cannot stop it? It don't matter what you do. He got 2 plays, and he's just going to run them all game, and ain't nothing you can do. You're going to take a L. You know what I'm saying? It's a simple game. If it's working, stick with it. What they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, sir. That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Mr. Cowboy Brian, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you, sir, with the $5 super chat. And he says, and I quote, put Diggs on Robinson and bracket Cup. I think we good. Run the ball. Run the ball on offense and play action deep is the recipe. That's a great recipe. Now let's break that down. You said put Diggs on Robinson. I mean, I don't know though, because we wanna what they call it? We wanna make them play left-handed as well. You know what I'm saying? We know that they wanna put the ball in the hands of Cooper Kupp. So that's a good point. You said bracket him, okay? But Robinson ain't really been that active in his offense as of late. So I don't want Diggs wasting away over there either, Brian. You understand? So that's a good plan though. But I want Diggs' impact to be felt too. Cause if we put him on somebody who probably ain't even getting the ball, then it'll be kind of like a disservice. But you know, anything can happen against the Cowboys. They could just crank it up and start getting him the ball. You understand? So that's a good plan though. I like bracketing Kupp though. Now if you gonna do that, I think they'll be kind of toast if you bracket Kupp, cause they want to spam the Kupp. They like video games too. They gonna spam the ball to Kupp. Now, one thing I will say, I feel like we can get some interceptions this game too. The reason I say that is cause this defense forces everybody to do everything quick. You know what I'm saying? And we have some ball-hawking, aggressive corners. And we going to be sitting on them routes. Now, one thing that's dangerous is if our pass rush don't get home in time, that could hurt us. You know what I'm saying? Because our corner's going to be aggressive. They're going to be sitting on these little short routes because in their mind, they got confidence that the defense going to get home. You know what I'm saying? Stephen White, I swear to you, if LVE get a pick 6, sir, I got to drop a bomb on that. If LVE get a pick 6, bro, I will come with an apologizing eating crow episode next week for Mr. LVE. I would love that with every fiber of my being, sir. That's a fact. So, like I said, I'm not rooting against none of our players. If LVE do that, I would be super happy, bro. I promise you. I promise you. If this man catch an interception, and then that's what he used to do, y'all. Right or wrong. LVE used to be pretty dope with the interceptions back in the day. I think he had a couple game streak during his rookie year where he caught like 2 interceptions, 3 interceptions in a row. So he used to be decent in coverage, man. Like I believe, like like I said, disclaimer, I wasn't a big fan of the draft pick. So I still stand on that. But he shut me completely up that rookie year. And I believe we seen he got talent. But I believe these injuries done just kind of neutralized him, man, as a player, man. And I hate it. It sucks to be in that situation because we seen him being talented. We seen him. Didn't he make an All-Pro or did he just make the Pro Bowl? Because if you make an All-Pros, man, the talent can't be denied. You know what I'm saying? The talent can't be denied. Now, you can get a fluke Pro Bowl, but if you make an All-Pro, in my opinion, I feel like that talent can't be denied, man. All-Pro means you one of them guys, in my opinion. Now, I know it's a kind of a little biased, little voting type situation, but I believe he made an All-Pro, so we know he got talent. It's just, I believe them injuries then kind of neutralized our boy, Mr. Wolf, on him, man. I hate it. Said Giants about to beat Green Bay. What? Man, Green Bay was up 20-10 when I looked at it. They won? Good grief. Now, let that would have been Mr. Dak Prescott. You know the Giants suck, don't it? You know, we in the worst division in football. Oh, we don't care about Dak beating the Giants. We don't care about the Cowboys beating the Giants. We don't care about Cooper Rush beating the Giants. You know, they try to squat on our division. Like New England ain't have a bad division they whole reign. You know what I'm saying? They had a bad division. Every year they went to the Super Bowl, they had a big time sorry division. And the Green Bay Packers been having a sorry division as well. See, that's why I say when you challenge, that's why I might make that one of my slogans. Challenge the logic. That's how you get down to the get down. You know what I'm saying? Put their logic up against yours. You say Dallas don't get no credit because they conference been sorry, they division been sorry, but yet you don't even bring that up in topic of discussion when you talk about the Patriots and when you talk about the Packers. And I would argue that their division's been worse than ours. They division's been worse than ours. Like, look at this. The Giants that had a Super Bowl not long. The Eagles that had a Super Bowl. Now look at when the last time did the Detroit Lions win a Super Bowl? Let me know in the chat. Let me know. When the last time the Lions won a Super Bowl? Let me think. When the last time did the Chicago Bears win a Super Bowl? When the last time the Vikings won a Super Bowl? Y'all feel me? Cause like they take semi shots at the Cowboys and a lot of our fans just take it and just be like, well, yeah, they are sorry. No, they bring up those type of arguments when they didn't win those swing, if I ain't mistaken. They ain't win. They might have went there in 92, but they did not win. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, they bring up those little subliminal shots and those little semantics like, oh, well, this team sorry, y'all division sorry, but our team, like, nah, bro. Them boy divisions was sorry as well, man. Y'all just hating on the boys. You're just hating on the Cowboys. Now, boy, if the Giants didn't beat them and we just handled the Giants with Cooper Rush, that just brought that win up a notch. Believe it or not, that brought that win up a notch. Shout out to Cooper Rush. You know what I'm saying? I got to go back and look at that. Now, they got past me, man. I promise y'all, I tried to get on here before the football games. I was not aware that they was playing. I sure would have watched that. I would have watched that one because we got to play Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? We gotta go up against Green Bay. So, you know, that's early homework for your boy. That's early homework. You know what I'm saying? But then you go, now let me get back to my case to show you we challenge logic over here. That's how we doing it. We challenge logic over here. I just absolutely debunked the Packers. I just debunked their whole division. Now let's go to the Patriots. During their run, who in the world was in their division? Now, I know somebody help me out with their division. I know they got the terrible Jets. The Jets in their division. Them boys ain't did nothing good in a long time. Absolutely. They got the Jets over there. And who else in their division? Good grief, I'm slipping right now. Somebody help me out in the chat. Who else in their division? It been nothing but terrible people over there. New England division. Ain't nobody, the Shy. That ain't in there. That's, I'm talking about the Patriots division. Now, I already debunked the Packers. I already went through every team. All them boys been sorry for the last 10 years down there. New England. Okay, Miami. Absolutely. When has Miami been good since Ricky Williams was smoking weed? Miami ain't been good in forever. Nah, okay. I'm glad. Thanks a lot for the help, Mickey. Appreciate you. Because I was struggling for a second there. Nobody came to help me. I appreciate it. Now, look. You got terrible Miami. You got the terrible Jets. And the Bills just started being good with Josh Allen. Mind you, Tom Brady probably played him, one time, 2 times? If I ain't mistaken, they might have played a couple times, but Josh Allen got good towards the end of Tom Brady run, not during it. Not at his peak or nothing like that. He didn't have to play those. Tom Brady got his knocks and his challenges when he went up against Peyton Manning. And hold up, who else he had to face in them AFC runs? I know he had to play Peyton Manning them with Denver and with Indianapolis. Who else he had to go up against? He had to play the Chiefs a couple of times, then with Alex Smith. Them boys weren't even like that. They was okay. He played. Now the Jets had one good year, I believe, when they went to the AFC Championship with was that with my butt fumble Sanchez? I'm not mistaken. Now I do this on the fly. Now y'all see that I'm a real football guy. Now this all off the top of the head. I have no notes, and I'm just remembering football because I watch it like that. So I'm trying to see. It was 1 year around that time though. The Jets did have a decent team. So I give them that. That's 1 year though. And we talking about the whole run of Tom Brady. But nobody brings that up. So think about it. That's a guaranteed 6 wins a year. That's a guaranteed 6 wins a year now. Ain't nobody talking about that. They just bring that up when you talk about our mighty Dallas Cowboys. Now, it's getting close to my time, so let me know. Give me a 1 in the chat if I just demolish that or what. I just demolished that. I just demolished that logic right there, bro. It's no way you can even come back from that. Their division's been worse than ours. We got recent Super Bowl winners in our division, so hush up now. Hush your mouth now. We don't want to hear that no more. Get that division stuff out of here. We don't want to hear that no more. So, okay, now let's get to my bold predictions, okay? My bold predictions are on the defensive side. I say my boy Trey will get a pick 6. He gonna get a pick 6, and I feel like he might get 2 picks. He might get a regular interception and a pick 6. Okay, that's for him. That's for Trey. Micah Parsons, dial him up for 4 sacks today. He finna make up for the past 2 games. Because y'all been playing on his top and he don't appreciate that now. I feel like, Swain, you might be on to something. I feel like Matthew Stafford could come out here and throw about 3-4 picks. Believe it or not. He is not that guy, in my opinion. He gonna have to shut me up. He gonna have to prove it to me. He gonna have to show me today, you understand? I'm not buying that. You didn't win a Super Bowl. The LA Rams won a Super Bowl. I say it again. You did not win a Super Bowl on your own. You contributed. You know what I'm saying? You got them over the top, but it takes a whole team. And you're, to me, to Landlord from Alabama, you are still Matthew Stafford from the Detroit Lions. I don't know what y'all looking at. He's still the same guy. And that's just my opinion. That's how I'm feeling, you understand? But, okay, I said Micah getting 4 sacks today, y'all. Trayvon Diggs getting a regular pick. He getting a normal, casual pick. The picks with the with the khakis on, he getting a casual pick. And then he getting a pick 6 on Matthew Stafford. That's my defensive bold prediction, so let's get it. That's my defensive bold prediction, you understand? That's how we coming. Okay. Now, my offensive bold prediction. Let me think. Today is the day that Cooper Rush reaches the 300-yard mark. Cooper Rush will throw for 320, 2 touchdowns, 322 touchdowns. He will go 25 for 30. 25 for 30, 320, 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns. Okay, that's him. Tony Pollard would go. He'll have 10 carries for 95 yards and a touchdown. On 10 carries. He like that. Yeah, 10 carries. He getting down to 100 on 10 carries. Y'all know Tony like that. That boy ain't playing. Don't play on his top like that now. So, okay, we got 10 carries for 95 yards and a touchdown for Mr. Tony Pollard. And we got 320 and 2 touchdowns, 25 for 30 for Cooper Rush. And Mr. Cedarian Lamb will break the century mark again. On Jalen Ramsey, I say Mr. Cedarian Lamb will get, I'm going to say 10 catches for Mr. CD. 10 catches for $115 with 2 touchdowns. He going to get both of the Cooper Rush touchdowns today. Absolutely. Now, okay, I'm remembering this all on the fly. We got CD Lamb for 10 catches and $115 with 2 touchdowns. We got Tony Pollard, 10 carries, 95 yards, and a touchdown. We got Cooper Rush, 25 for 30, 320, 2 touchdowns. We got Micah Parsons, 4 sacks. We got Trayvon Diggs with a casual khaki pants normal interception. And we got him with a pick 6 as well. Hey, shout out to Mr. Landlord. Memory now. Shout out to my memory now. I'm a little sharp this morning. That's how we getting down. Those are my bold predictions. And I say the score will be, my score prediction will be, and I quote, our opponent today, the defending NFL champion Rams, will be held underage as well. I say they get, 16 points. 16 points. I'm not giving you 20, sir. I'm not giving you 20. I'm not predicting 20 on this defense until it happens. If they keep stopping people for under 20, I'm going to keep predicting under 20. That's how we getting down. I feel like they deserve that respect. They'll say, hey, Mr. Landlord, we ain't giving nobody 20. And what can you stand on and say they won't now? Because what we seen, they have not done it yet. You understand? So they got a good point. I'm going to say the score will be 27-16 Cowboys. 27-16 Cowboys. And that's how we going to do it, man. We getting this dub today. We gonna win the thing. We gonna do our thing. You understand? You feel me? We in here this morning, man. Hey, shout out to everybody in the chat. You feel me? Shout out to everybody in the chat. And if we stop this run, it's gonna get even worse. You understand? You feel me? We got our boy J-Run Curse back, and we in here. We vibing. You feel me? If I'm not mistaken, we got our boy Jordan Lewis coming back as well now. We in the building today, man. Y'all, let's go. It's game day today, baby. We in here. You feel me? We in here. It's game day now. I told them how we rocking now. Op of the week. Finna suffer defeat. Indeed. You feel me? Let's go now. We in the building. Hey. We out finna come at these boys' throat now. I want them boys to come with all kind of furious anger now. I need my defense to be dominant and gangster. I need Michael Parsons to lead them out the tunnel, you understand? With a whole lot of aggression and a whole lot of furious anger. Now, we finna dominate, we finna take over, you understand? We finna do this. We finna beat the whole entire Super Bowl today. We finna beat the whole Super Bowl. We already beat the Bengals. Now we coming at the ones who won. You understand? And Landlord got a quote that I like to say. The only reason, let me say, stop the show. The only reason the St. Louis Rams, the LA Rams, the only reason they won the Super Bowl, y'all want to know why they won the Super Bowl? You want to know why? Y'all understand? We in the trap house. We going to keep it real with you. The only reason the LA Rams won the Super Bowl is because they did not play the Dallas Cowboys. That's the only way they won the Super Bowl now. That's the only reason they won it now. Because they catching this L today, you understand? They catching this L. Shout out to my whole team, everybody on this live, man. I appreciate all the super chats, all the love, man. We finna get this dub. You understand? The trap house is indeed jumping. You understand? We ain't taking no games. Kicking and taking names. That's how we doing it, man. I love y'all. Appreciate all the support, man. Let me get out of here. Watch me a little bit of football before I go to work. You know, y'all be good. Take care. Don't drink too much. Drink responsibly. You understand? And everybody gonna lose their voice because we finna go up in here and beat the whole entire Super Bowl. You understand? Love y'all, man. Y'all be good, man. Holla at your boy. Landlord from Alabama with the same handle on all social media. And like I say, 1K, one love, Cowboys Nation.